Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you as always for your tweets. We've got me, Shaka and Frank. What's that? 3 people. Probably the same number that turned up to your book signing today. Was it Frank, I heard?
No, you're incorrect,
Daniel.
mister. You're very much incorrect, you know. I saw at least 20 people in 1 hour buying my book. I was in a library. Well, a bookshop, a bookstore. So we much more. It's a bestseller. We're almost getting to the bestseller. Be careful.
Frank, were you very nice to the people? Dedicating the book to them?
I was.
Signing it off for them?
Yes, very nice. Talking to them. Some people say, "Oh wow, I didn't know you were able to write a book." I say, "Well, you know, I did my best." And he said, "Okay, I'll buy it." Okay.
Wow.
Well done. That's it. That's it.
Shaka, I would have...
What a selling point. What a sales pitch that is.
Shaka,
I did my best to write the book.
I would have definitely paid somebody in that bookshop to go up to Frank and go, Fabian, I loved you at Manchester United.
No, but you know, Shaka, I say that because we start from so far down, you know, that people don't think that we're able to write. We're football players overall, you know, so everybody knows that we're all so stupid, you know, and so we barely don't know how to write and to read. That's what it is.
Yep.
Okay, let's get on with some questions, shall we?
Okay.
What was the biggest difference between playing for your club and playing internationally, Shaka?
Ooh. For me?
Mm-hmm. Yes, you're the only Shaka.
Oh, I didn't hear you say Shaka. All right. Let me tell it this way. The first time I got called up for the England team, Nigel Martin was the starting goalkeeper. And I thought Nigel Martin was an incredibly talented goalkeeper. And he said to me, in terms of getting your mindset right, in club football, you're making saves, you're involved in the game pretty much throughout, you have to stay focused. In international football, people don't kick shots generally from a long way out. They're going to pass it. They're going to try to get to within 6 yards and shoot from there. So it's a different mentality, especially as a goalkeeper, where you may make a save or two in a game, and you may concede 3 or 4 in that very same game. It's just how you focus, how you marshal the defense. That is the biggest difference, say, in terms of mindset of a goalkeeper going into the game. I think tactically the game is a whole lot slower in international football than it is in club football.
What about you, Frank?
I think there is a huge difference because first, you know, you don't really know your teammates. You barely train like 2 days before you have the game, so you don't have automatism with them like you would have with your teammates in clubs. But the level is bigger. The level, you have the best of every country that you play against, and the pressure that you have from the media, but also from the fans, and from the responsibility of honoring your country is much bigger than anything with the club. So I think it's more difficult to play with the national team than to play with the club.
Frank, Ronaldo insists on taking every single free kick and penalty, even though he's mediocre at best. Wow. At what point does the skipper need to put the team's success ahead of Ronaldo's ego and let Bruno Fernandes do his thing?
That's complicated. It's almost impossible to change that order, I would say. Every time he goes somewhere, Ronaldo took charge of everything. He's the best player in the world, one of the best players in the world. And when it comes to Manchester United, you have to give some space to the king. And that's what it is. And that's the problem for Bruno Fernandes with the national team. We can feel that when he's playing for Manchester United, he's much stronger, much a leader than when he plays with Portugal. And that's going to be his duty. That's going to be his responsibility. And to make sure that he can keep the level that he has with Manchester United, even if Ronaldo play alongside him. That's going to be tricky. I don't know if somebody can say to Ronaldo, you know what, Bruno Fernandes kicks very well the free kick, so leave it to him. penalties, leave it to him. He's gonna say, "Oh, do you think who I am?" Well, he's not gonna say that like that, but he's gonna mean it. I'm Ronaldo. I do that. Even if I missed, I do again.
It's down to Ollie, isn't it, Shaka, to sort all this out?
It is, but we had this discussion about Ronaldo last year, I'm sure, with Juventus, and the general consensus is you let Ronaldo kick the free kicks and the penalties, even though, and I'm using the words of the question here, he may be mediocre. That's not my phrase, because you prefer to take 89 minutes of Ronaldo at his best, even if it means couple of free kicks, going to row R, as opposed to a sulking Ronaldo, who I think is a bigger liability. So you let him take it and trust that whatever happens with those, he makes up for it during the other 89 minutes of the game.
Who is the biggest game-changing transfer in?
Dan,
yeah, go on.
sorry,
No, it's okay.
Dan, we had the problem with Neymar when he signed for Paris Saint-Germain, and remember that fight that he had with Cavani, and Cavani didn't let him shoot the penalty, and Cavani missed. It's going to be the same. You can have the same question for Messi. What's going to happen in Paris Saint-Germain with Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi? Because who shots penalties? Shots penalties? Sorry, for Barca was Messi. So there's going to be a big fight as well there.
Who's the biggest game-changing transfer in La Liga? Memphis Depay or Antoine Griezmann, Frank?
Well, so far we don't know what's going to happen to Griezmann coming back to Atleti, but we now seeing the impact of Depay since he signed for Lyon, from Lyon to Barcelona. And I have to say, I'm very much surprised, because really the guy does the job where I was not very impressed with what he did when he was in Lyon. So far so good. So I guess for the moment, the biggest impact is Memphis Depay.
Shaka, who has had a better international career, Messi or Ronaldo? Don't forget, Messi has won World Cup Best Player and is the top assist provider in World Cup history. So they're trying to influence your answer here.
That seems to be a question and an answer all in one. Who has had a better international career? That's a really good question. I'm kind of leaning Ronaldo, only just because I think his supporting cast, on paper anyway, is a whole lot less than Argentina's. And if you want to draw comparisons around well, now Messi winning a Copa America, Ronaldo winning the Euros, Ronaldo winning the Euros, Messi gets into a World Cup final, and Ronaldo kind of winning individual honors. But just because of the supporting cast, and I know Argentina hasn't lived up to what those names should add up to on paper, I'm leaning Ronaldo, but just.
What was one of the most important things you learned from a senior player when you were just starting out in the game? Shaka?
Well, I just spoke about my conversation with Nigel Martin.
Yep.
I think certainly in international football, that was the most valuable thing to me for playing internationally throughout. And then it's not so. Not that this person told me this, but when I was playing for Reading, I used to drive down to Southampton to go and watch Bruce Grobbelaar play after he left Liverpool. And I just felt Bruce Grobbelaar's kind of attitude and demeanor on the field, mistakes never bothered him. It was incredible to witness how he could put things behind him even during a game as quickly as he did, and I thought that served me well for the long term in my own club career. So it's not something that, as I say, Bruce Grobbelaar and I discussed or he said to me, but it's just something I observed of him in going to watch him play every opportunity I could while I was at Reading.
What about you, Frank?
I would say and I have no names. Well, I have one name. Is my former coach from Strasbourg, Leonardo, played for Bordeaux, international player, winning the French championship, saying to me that I should respect myself, but overall I should respect the eldest and listen to them. And I try to do that all my career long, where I play with older players and I listen to them. But I made sure that I was respected even if I was young. So I tried to do that because it's a very good advice. Because right now, I don't feel it's quite the same with the new generation. Not sure about that.
What's happened to Frank? Has Frank got shorter or is his camera moved?
I didn't move.
You're looking lower, Frank, than you were. You see? Now you're down there. You're down there.
Oh no, I can even go down like that if you want to. You know, I can do like that. Oh, it's me, extra time. Oh, I can go like that.
There you
know,
go.
I can
You're up again now. You're
yeah.
back. Your seat's slipped.
Yeah.
I prefer it when you're just off camera completely. What?
Well, that's an ESPN chair, so maybe they have to send me a new one. You know,
there you
maybe
are.
that one is broken. You know,
Perfect.
you see, look at the. Oh my God, it's broken. That chair is broken. Definitely.
Buy a new
See,
chair,
Palisi,
book
please.
sales.
Yeah.
Well, I have to wait. I need 20 more books to sell, and
There you go.
I can reach it.
Yeah, you can only afford 2 legs at the moment.
Just sit on some books.
Okay, Frank, Chiellini and Bonucci or Varane and Ramos if you had to pick one team at their best?
Oh, la. No, that will go for Chiellini and Bonucci. That pair has been absolutely fantastic. And they showed it again during the Euro. I'm very fan of Ramos. Ramos for me is the best central defender of this generation for sure. And I love him and I love Bonucci and Chiellini because those three are defenders from our times. Varane is a modern defender, but I found him very much lost when Ramos wasn't alongside him. So it's why I picked Chiellini and Bonucci. Of course, Varane and Ramos, they won, well, I guess, 4 times the Champions League, so nothing much to criticize about, but I find Chiellini and Bonucci absolutely fantastic.
After a great result on the international stage, was it difficult to return back to your clubs and regain momentum? What was that like, Shaq? Like when you qualified for the World Cup 2006, what was it like then going back to club football to focus?
Easy.
Yeah.
After you've been in the game for a while, you just move from game to game,
right.
and it doesn't matter. And you learn that regardless of win, lose, or draw, you kind of put that behind you within 24, 48 hours, and you move on to the next one. It wasn't, I don't think it was an issue at all.
Frank, I understand you won a World Cup. What was it like then going back to domestic football after that?
Well, I came back to Chelsea, and first I have to say that nobody was there because with Marcel Desailly we were the only two to train because the squad was in the Netherlands for the preseason. But when we came back all together, that was nice. Some players said, "Okay, that's good." My coach was very nice, Gianluca Vialli. He said, "Well, what the hell? You only played 1 game." I said, "Well, thank you very much, Gianluca. That was very nice of you." It's when we started to come along very well, And but the worst comeback that I made is when we won at Wembley against England after the World Cup, when we won 2-0 at Wembley. And I came back and I think Dennis Wise was the national team. And you feel a little bit embarrassed because, you're in England and it's like something that disrespectful. So I felt a little bit embarrassed.
You're so humble.
Proud of myself, but
so
embarrassed.
So humble, Frank. That's the
Let's
start of the next book.
I'm respectful.
Okay, final question. We've been talking about sports that you don't like watching. Would you rather watch Gab playing golf, Naden playing baseball, or Ali playing cricket?
Oh,
Gab playing golf. Gab playing golf, and the second one is what?
Naden playing baseball, or Ali playing cricket. These are all sports they do not like watching. You're taking this all very seriously, boys.
No, me, it's clear. It's Ali playing cricket. I don't like cricket. I don't understand the rules. I don't understand. It's too long.
I was just thinking, I'd love to see Ali playing cricket.
Yeah,
That'd be hilarious.
That would be very good, wouldn't it? That would be very funny.
As would Gab playing golf, by the way. That would also be hilarious.
All of them.
So just for the laugh value,
yes.
Naden playing baseball is the least.
Yeah.
So it would top my list as to the least I'd want to see.
Yeah. When is your next book signing?
Hey, by the way, did we say, we didn't say, no, we don't care about the book. We didn't say to the audience that during the Euro, Shaka and Steve Nichols played with me. We played baseball in the ESPN studios, not even ESPN studios.
When you playing cricket?
ESPN office.
We played cricket,
Frank.
Cricket, sorry, cricket. We play cricket. We play cricket. And Shaka Hislop is very good.
Yeah.
He's very good at it. He can,
much better
put
cricketer
the ball
than
on
he
the
was
side,
goalkeeper.
on the side, very good.
That's it.
Of course, much better.
Shut up, Daniel.
On that note, we'll be back tomorrow for more. Of course, much tomorrow's show dedicated to that huge game between Brazil and Argentina. Be sure to join us. Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.